You scrolled past something today that would have shocked your grandparents. You did not even blink. That numbness has a name in Islam, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, described it 1400 years before you felt it. This is not a lecture, it is a mirror. In 622 CE, a man sat in a desert and described your life, not the life of his companions, your life. The prayers you delayed, the Quran collecting dust, the family you keep meaning to call. He described all of it. His name was Muhammad, peace be upon him, and what he said is in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the most authenticated collections in Islamic history. This is not prophecy for its own sake. This is a map, and you are already on it. Sign 1. You said it this morning. Where did this year go? The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The hour will not come until time passes rapidly. A year will feel like a month, a week like a day." You felt this today, not because you are busy, because the Prophet, peace be upon him, described the compression of time in the digital age. From a desert, 14 centuries before the first smartphone existed, you swipe, you scroll, you skip, and somewhere in the quiet, when the phone is finally down, one question surfaces that you quickly bury again. Am I doing enough with the time I have left? Sign 2. You watched the news this week. You did not blink. That is the sign. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The hour will not come until there is widespread killing, and the killer will not know why he killed, and the one killed will not know why he was killed." Sahih Muslim. Violence so normalized, you scroll past it between a food video and a comedy clip. The Prophet, peace be upon him, did not describe the violence of his era, he described yours. Sign 3. This one is uncomfortable because you might be part of it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Allah does not take away knowledge by snatching it from people. He takes it by taking away the scholars. Until people take ignorant leaders as their guides, they give rulings without knowledge. They misguide others." Sahih Bukhari 100. In 2026, someone with no scholarly training can reach 1 million Muslims in 24 hours. A real scholar who spent 20 years studying gets fewer views. You have probably taken Islamic advice from someone with a ring light and a following. We all have. This channel exists not to replace scholars, but to point you toward them. We are a signpost, not a source. Sign 4. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "You will see barefoot shepherds competing in constructing tall buildings." Sahih Bukhari. Hadith of Jibril. This was narrated when Arabia was desert. Tent dwellers, shepherds. In 2026, the tallest buildings on earth stand in countries whose grandparents were shepherds. The Prophet, peace be upon him, placed this not as condemnation, as a marker. When you see this, know the hour has drawn closer. Sign 5. Look at your local mosque. Look at the Islamic classes. Look at who is teaching the children their deen. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Among the signs of the hour, the number of men will decrease and the number of women will increase." Sahih Bukhari 5231. Women are carrying the religious education of the next generation, while men are elsewhere. If you are a Muslim man watching this, this is not condemnation. It is a question. What will you do about it? Sign 6. It was in your ears 10 minutes ago. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Musical instruments will become widespread, and people will consume them openly and without shame." Sahih Bukhari. Music is the most consumed media format on earth in 2026. It fills every silence, every shop, every gym, every commute, every moment you used to spend with your own thoughts. The Prophet, peace be upon him, described its total normalization as a marker, and that marker is measurably accurate today. Sign 7. Think of the last leader you trusted completely. Take your time. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "When leadership is given to those unworthy of it, then wait for the hour." Sahih Bukhari. Trust in governments, media, religious leadership, science, all at historic lows in 2026. He predicted it from a desert in 622 CE. Sign 8. When did you last sit with your parents, not on a call, physically present, for more than an hour? The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The hour will not come until family ties are severed and neighbors become strangers." Authenticated hadith. In 2026, siblings go years without meeting. Parents age in care facilities. Neighbors share walls and do not know each other's names. He saw the fracturing of the family as a warning. When this is what you see, know where you are on the timeline. You did not read these in a book of prophecy. You lived them this week. Every single one. The dust on your prayer mat, the Quran on your shelf, the call you keep meaning to make, the prayer you delayed this morning. These are not separate problems. They are your response to every sign you just saw. The Prophet, peace be upon him, did not describe these signs to frighten you. He described them to wake you up, because a Muslim who is awake prays their Fajr, opens their Quran, calls their parents. A Muslim who is awake builds, in their own home and their own heart, exactly what the signs say is disappearing from the world. The dot on the timeline has moved, but it has not reached the end. You still have time. The question is not, when will the hour come? The question is, when it comes, what will it find you doing? May Allah make us of those who see the signs and return to Him.